your origin story. All right. So,
Okay.
how tell us about where you from? Like, who introduced you to technology? Like, where
Definitely.
did this come from? This aspiration to get into tech? Did you go to
Right.
school for like during your early formative? Walk us through from your,
But,
growing up to being introduced to tech to walking into your first, tech opportunity. Walk us through that journey.
yeah, for me, I grew up, on computers, just playing games, right? Video games, Commodore, Nintendo, all that stuff, just trying to, create the game. Like with the Commodore, you could kind of create your own games, things like that. You could program in like COBOL, Basic, So I started creating my own games, things like that, rebuilding the
Oh, I didn't
computer.
know that.
Yeah. So that's
I
kind of how
didn't
I
know that at
started.
all. Oh
Yeah. So
crap. Okay.
that's before school. That's and then in high school, it's like they started. I was fixing computers in high school. For teachers, things like that. They would pull me out of another class. If their computers got stuck, things like that, they would pull me into their class to fix their computers. Right. So that kind of
Mm,
was like computer geek in high school. Right. So and
mm.
not a lot of people know that, but I used to get pulled out of classes just to help. Down.
That's crazy.
You know,
That's
and then kind
crazy.
of
I
help,
never heard of
kind of
that.
help. Yeah, absolutely. So we
Okay.
talking
And
90s, early 90s.
yeah, oh, we're talking the 90s. Okay. Okay, so we talking about
We talking early
block
90s,
before.
91, 92. Right.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. And what city was you in?
I live in
Like what
Allentown.
city
I'm
where you
from
from?
Allentown. Yeah, Allentown. Which is it's probably
You,
probably about an hour from Philly, north of Philly.
oh, okay, okay, you feel it. Oh, so you're an Eagles fan.
No, no, sir. Cowboys. Believe it or not.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense. All right. Um, so all right, so go ahead. So you're out of high school. What made you say, you know what? Let me go ahead and
Mhm.
get into a tech school or tech trade school or college for tech? Like what was that journey?
Yeah, after high school, I pretty much, I didn't even go to school right away. I actually took a break. Then I started playing basketball for a community college. And
You
here we go
cool.
again. I used to be not no more. Yeah,
Okay, you got a little bit okay.
I played basketball in college for local community college. We had a good team, so but they pulled me in for that, and I start here we go again. I'm taking computer classes, helping the school out, fixing computers. So one of my teachers was like, oh, you should go to school for computers. So I ended up going to another tech school outside of the community college. It was just based, it was based on PC LAN network. We talking Windows NT, upgrades, networking, uh, what is it called? So we had like Windows NT, then we had Solaris, Sun OS. So I kind of learned on Linux, those
You learned
applications.
on Linux?
Yeah, I learned all that pretty much, and that kind
So
of
hold on.
transferred into school. Go ahead.
I was just, what was your degree program in at the school you was hooping at?
I just took basic like communications.
Oh, okay.
I didn't take no computer
They
classes.
put all the
I was just
aspects in communications.
I was there to play basketball. I ain't know nothing,
Okay, gotcha.
nothing else. So, but
Okay.
like I said, from there, what teacher, helped me get into this technical school where the base, was just all tech, right? It was none of the English, the math, none of that. It was, it was a trade school. And that pretty much, laid the groundwork as far as me, getting, into tech, 100%, right? So that's where that landed
Okay.
me. So,
Okay. And then how well did that school prepare you for your first tech opportunity? And how did you land your first tech opportunity?
yeah, that was great. I mean, we did a lot of own labs. We upgraded, Windows NT. We upgraded Linux. We built it from scratch. We put patches on it. We pretty much had to back up, all the servers, things like that. We had to troubleshoot the network. If a network wasn't working, if we couldn't connect to a certain network. What do you do? Things like that. So all that prepared me, for the job, leaving there. I ended up actually getting a job like 6 months before I left there with a company
Mm,
called OmniPoint, which is now T-Mobile. And all I did for them was, they bought all these, desktops and we installed Windows NT, workstation. Once that
mm.
happened, I just took off from there. As far as my work, I actually started working for another company called Lucent Technology,
Bullshit.
which was AT&T. And all I did for them was, build Linux servers, back them up, make sure it was backup, monitor the backups, and it was pretty good gig. Um, and I
Okay.
just took off from there. Uh, I started
Okay.
working,
Okay.
after that. So I started working for another company called Ardani, which are their print shop. They had these big IBM printers, huge IBM printers, mainframe. Their print servers. All I did is monitor the print servers. We automated, the print queues. Like we would monitor the print queues if something came in, like Adobe PDF.
Oh my
We
gosh, I
would send
remember
that
that.
directly to the print. Right. So, I was writing scripts back there, but we're monitoring the print queue. If anything got stuck, we had to restart the services and all that with the script, bash
Oh
script,
wow.
Linux. So, and it was
Oh, that's how
all,
you automate your job.
yeah.
Look,
So
that's I tell people all the time when you learn that command line, when you learn scripts and programming languages, like most newbies, especially, they get intimidated, so scared of it. But I'm like, you don't know how much time you buy back to yourself by just be able
right.
to learn programming and coding to be able to
Yeah.
automate tasks for your job. You buy
Yeah. It
that
took me
time
a
back
while.
instead. Yeah.
It took me a while to learn scripting. Scripting is difficult. Even nowadays, you have Python, PowerShell, all that stuff. You got
Mhm.
ChatGPT, and if I had ChatGPT back then, it would save me 6 months. But it's
But
and here's the
but
thing
even
about
like on a
yeah,
job, even on a
right,
job, like you could, like you said, to do that printer's queue, to manually go in and unstick that printer, or like that queue, to manually have to go in, click through the GUI, or manually have to,
yeah,
go through these various prompts. By you being
hmm
able to develop a script,
right,
saved you time, and that you can get back to doing whatever else you want to do versus doing this task. And so that's why I
right,
was telling them, like, especially with today, you learn scripting languages, and you get, proficient enough with bash scripting, especially, or any automated scripting language, like you buy that time back. Like there's benefits in learning scripting languages.
oh yeah,
So,
absolutely. I
encourage.
mean, and it saves a lot of time. Here's the thing now that you just think of something that you do all the time, a repetitive tasks. You get up in the morning, okay, I got to monitor this, I got to monitor that. Let me create a script to do that, and then create a web page where you can have a Perl script and nice little layout. Okay, well we had this server failed, this backup failed, this server had a
Yep.
alert. Let's monitor all that, and you could just create a script and save yourself some time. Now here's the thing with that: you only working 5 hours a day, but it feels like they think you working.
Hello. Come on now.
You're saving yourself
Hello.
time, and you're doing other
Hello.
things, right? So it's like,
Hello.
okay, I used to
Like
kill
studying
myself
for
on a
your pro.
yeah, I used to kill myself on the weekend. I used to work all weekend, kill myself. Okay, I'm gonna do this, do that, make sure this is done next week. So during the week, it's
Yeah.
it's more. I'm just learning. I'm learning other stuff, but you got to put that work, that discipline, sometime.
Like, yep. Somebody said that in the comments about this. So